Hey there, Keely Reason here, and I wanted to talk about something that isn't necessarily related to SEO, but is 100% related to marketing and growing your business. And that is conversations that you have with potential leads, whatever that looks like for you. Whether you are answering your own phone or coaching whoever answers the phone or who answers the emails or who answers whether you're doing like consultations or getting on calls with someone, here's some things to keep in mind to help take control of those conversations, go into them with a goal in mind, and walk away on the other side with just a better connection with someone and a better understanding of how to help them and other people that come to your business. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is coming up, finding out from that person what they need. Think of it as like a needs analysis, analyzing what they need. What are they looking for? Not just on that surface level, though. What happens? Somebody calls you on the phone and say, "Do you offer X?" It's so easy to be reactionary and be like, "Yeah, we offer that." Or they call you on the phone and they just ask you some other question. "Well, how much does such and such cost?" And you can be like, "Well, this is the price," or whatever. Instead of immediately answering, just basic answer, um, your job in that point is to get them talking about why they're calling. What is it that they're actually trying to accomplish? And you can do that by saying, "Yes, I'd love to answer that for you. But let me ask you a couple questions. Tell me what's going on. Have you, what have you been doing for this problem before now? Who have you worked with in the past? How have you gotten to this point?" And if you just give them a few minutes to talk to you, they're going to share with you their journey. They may tell you the whole journey of how they got to you today. "I started out over here and I've been dealing with this and I've worked with these people." Or you may learn that they are at the very beginning of their education journey on this thing. You might be the first phone call that they've made. You might be the first interaction they've had with anyone. They're just trying to like wrap their head around the basis. When you know why they want to do what they want, what they're asking you about, when you understand the journey they took to get here, where they are, this will allow you to figure out what is my next steps. What should I talk about with them? What should I focus on? And it's also going to give you an idea of what their potential obstacles will be to work with you. They might have need more education. They may have issues with budget. They might have issues with time. They need results faster than what you know is reasonable. This allows you to craft in your mind what you need to focus on to help them make a good decision. So after you slow them down and get them talking, ask some follow-up questions. You're building rapport with that person. You're trying to get to the heart of why are they asking this thing? And the longer somebody talks with you, the longer they stay on the phone with you, the more that they feel invested in. And if you're a business that wants to invest in people, who wants them to know that you care about them, you care about their success, their goals, helping them get there, you're setting the tone for that by how you answer the calls, how you answer those questions, what it seems like in email, when you get on, any strategy calls or consultations or whatever that looks like. When you take the time to really listen to someone, inviting them to share with you, that's when you build that connection. And it gives you a good idea of the next things to address. There's only so much time which you're going to be able to speak to someone on a call and educating them on their next steps. So you want to definitely focus on the things that are going to hit their top question, the heartbeat of what they're trying to accomplish. And then you can decide in those moments, one, okay, is this going to be a good fit? Can we really help this person? If you feel like you can help that person, now you formulate your answer of, okay, these are the top things that's going to answer their questions and calm their fears. If you can't help that person, at that point, you can decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and let them know I can't help them. Here's the next steps. Regardless of how the conversation ends, when people call you and or talk to you and you are investing them, you are asking them questions that gets them to tell you the story. You build that rapport with them. You are honest with them about what their options are, next steps, how much it's going to cost, whether or not, like most often, guys, cheap options aren't really good, right? It's important if you build that rapport with them, they're going to trust you more when you say, hey, I know what your budget is right now, because budgets are always a big concern for people. You can tell them you can find this cheaper, but here's what the potential result could be. So you might want to wait until you can afford this, or save up, or come up with a financing option to get yourself going. That might be the information you give them. It's really important that when we're on calls, when we're talking with potential clients, that we treat every person with the same amount of investment and interest. If you are creating a mindset that, well, if somebody calls on the phone or emails and asks a couple questions, they're just tire kickers and we don't care about that. And we just only want to talk to the people who are 100% ready to move forward with something. That is preferred, right? Most people don't want to spend a ton of time talking with people who aren't a good fit, but you won't know it unless you talk with them. And you might be surprised. The more people you're willing to invest in, the more people you're willing to talk with and get to know, you might be surprised at how many of them figure out how to overcome the obstacles they're experiencing to work with you. And they may not be able to do it right away. They might not be ready right away, but when they are ready, they're much more likely to come back to you, especially if you keep up nurturing them. Whether you're putting them on a newsletter list, a recall list, and occasional outreach to them, this will help you stay top of mind when that person is ready. So that's some of my encouragement to you on how you're handling these conversations. We definitely recommend that you train the people who are having those conversations to do the same thing and to put that in practice as yourself if you're the person who's in charge of getting somebody to make a decision to work with you for your next steps. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to chatting with you later.